Welcome to the Make It Happen with Will Polston podcast.
I would love to talk about the law of attraction, and then sort of further on from that, the ability to manifest things, people, lifestyles, money, whatever that might be. So we touched on the law of attraction before, and you mentioned the three parts that you understand there to be. But for people that maybe aren't familiar with the law of attraction, I'd love them to hear your definition of what it is and how it impacts us, Marie.
Well, I think the law of attraction is really connected with what I call the law of gravity, right? So it's a law of manifestation. Everything that is in idea, in energy present, will ultimately, through the law of gravity, manifest in the material world. So, but from the perspective of manifestation, we call that law of gravity law of attraction. So that means what you focus on is what you will get more of. Yeah. So let's say you're focusing, like for a lot of people start with the parking spot, right? So they're like I will have a parking spot. I send out an intention. I will have a parking spot in the best place, and then, hey, just as they come in that street, somebody goes away, and you're like, hey, I can park, right? So because they're focusing, like I will have a parking spot, but it means that they will have that easier coming towards them. But it's the focus with the intention, but also with the emotion connected with it. If you start thinking like, oh, I will have a parking spot, but yeah, that won't happen to me, and you become, upset about it, this never happens to me, then literally that parking spot will not show up. So it is having a goal, is setting an intention with that goal, like in what way you want to do it. And then you put also the gratitude and a good feeling behind it. So if you think in joy and in happiness about this, then it will be easier to manifest. So sometimes people create vision boards and they put kind of all their goals on a piece of paper with images. But then they look at the vision board and they're like, oh, this will never happen to me, right? So then they're actually already saying to law of attraction, that manifestation will not happen because you don't give yourself permission to make it happen. Or when you look at something and you're thinking, hey, I would like to visit that space one day or that country one day, and you start dreaming about it, and you're like, oh, that's so amazing. You talk about it with your friends, I'm going to go there one day. And some of your friends will say, what are you thinking? You don't have the money, you don't have this, you don't have this. And not going into that negative talk, but to say like, yes, but I'm open to go there. Right? I'm open to manifest this in my life. And so many times, I remember I wanted to go to a place and I had no money at all to go there. And then a friend came to me and said, look, I just want 2 tickets to go to that space. I want to you to come with me. I'm like, right? It's not always that you need to know the how it's going to manifest, but you dream, you visualize, you have that intention, and you stay positive about the outcome, and you don't think this is not possible, this is not going to happen, or you don't react to what people are saying that you will ever do. So the things I've manifested in my life, I'm telling you, when I was start telling people that's what I wanted to do in my life, so many people around me said, Marie, you are crazy, this will never happen. And I all the time said, thank you for your comments, but I thank you. I don't want to have this. And I always, stayed positive about it, and joyful about it, and being grateful about it, even if it did not happen yet. So I'm already grateful in advance that's going to happen. And of course, then I use feng shui to activate that in my space to make that happen easier and more effortless, so that my home is that 1/3 of the law of attraction that we can use our home for. By doing that, things will come easier and more effortless to really finalize and manifest your goals.
Love that. Thank you. You said about thinking, and vision boards. You use a great example. Lots of people with vision boards and people that are thinking, well, I want to do this. And then you said, obviously, they might think it, or they might have the vision board, and they have the inner voice that's going, yeah, you're not really going to do it. But what about, so this is an interesting one. I'm really interested in your answer here. The people that have the vision board, they think, yep, I really want to do this and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it. And you speak to them and they say that internally, but they're not feeling it. So they're not feeling it. How do they cultivate the feeling of achieving it?
Well, thinking is not enough, right? So that is very clear. Having the mindset is not enough. So you also have to feel it. But feeling sometimes comes from taking action, right? So in the word law of attraction is the word action. So by starting to, for example, create your vision board or start journaling about it or take action towards that goal, by, for example, reading about it or watching documentaries about it, you actually create that feeling of being part of it and being in it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I give you an example. I'm a big believer in my vision board. So I put on my vision board certain people I want to meet, and I would go daily looking at the vision board and say, hey, I want to meet you. Like, hey, how are you?
You've met me now. You've met
Yes,
me now. I was on your
I know.
vision board. And here I am, Marie.
Right, but so many of my celebrity clients I first put on my vision board, by the way. And so but it's like when I look at it, I feel it. And in the beginning it feels a little bit like faking it, right? Because you don't really feel it. It's almost like creating, it's like as a child, we're already like visualizing and dreaming about things to do, and we totally believe, right, this is possible. As a child, we don't have that analytical mind that says, oh, this is not possible. And how are you going to do that? And the more you practice that, the more you are, when this analytical mind comes in, then that kind of stops you from feeling like that gratitude, that joy. Hey, just imagine if I go there, how amazing that will that be? If I meet that person, how amazing that's going to be. And you start feeling that not just once in a while, but do that regularly. You send out, I call it signals, right? Really signals into the universe, and the universe must respond to the goal, to the mindset, and the feeling that you have created. It must respond. That is the law. And so I always say the word law and the word love comes from the same origin. So it's like the universe, God gives you that love back because you wanted to create it. And so the more you practice that, and it's not like something that happens once in a night, one in a little bit. It's just you have to practice it every day. And like I said in the beginning, it feels a little bit like it's not real, but it actually is real. But start with smaller goals. Don't start thinking right away, hey, I'm going to do a world tour around the world, or I'm going to have $1 billion. Let's be honest, that is not for everyone, because we have another part of the law of attraction called destiny. Yeah. And it is possible. It's not in your destiny to become a billionaire. It's not in your destiny to do certain things in life, but it's definitely in your destiny to grow in whatever you're doing. It's always in your destiny to grow your income, to grow your relationships, to better your health, to improve your spiritual connection. Growth, positive growth, is in everybody's destiny, but not everybody has a destiny to become a Bill Gates or to become a Musk. So it's not always in our destiny because we don't always have these capacities and this genius mind in that field, right? But we can always improve our life. Yeah, so stretch your life, stretch your goals, and start going with smaller goals first and see, hey, this manifest, let me grow. I didn't start right away with thinking, hey, I'm going to be this world-renowned global teacher on these topics. I had no idea about that, right? But I was like always trying to improve myself, to be a better lawyer, to be then a better business person, to be better this, better this. And it's just you open your wings, yeah, but your wings cannot be spread right away.
You can find the full episodes of the Make It Happen with Will Polston podcast here on YouTube, on iTunes, Spotify, and all other major podcast platforms.